The leader of the umbrella body of the Yoruba self-determination groups, Ilana Omo Odua Emeritus, Professor Banji Akintoye, yesterday threw his weight behind the ongoing petition being pushed by the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination (NINAS) for referendum. Akintoye, in a statement signed by him, made available to this day yesterday by his communications manager, Mr. Maxwell Adeleye, called on all Yoruba people within and outside Nigeria to sign the petition in order to aid the agitation of Yoruba nation before the Nigerian government and international bodies. The renowned historian, who is also the chairman of NINAS, in a statement titled Towards the Yoruba Nation Referendum, said the petition for the referendum is the first major step towards the conduct of a referendum that will make or mar the actualization of sovereign Yoruba nation from Nigeria. He insisted that now is the time for the Yoruba people to move forward to accomplish Yoruba nation self-determination by holding a referendum, stating that a referendum is like a regular election at which people line up at voting stations to vote for a candidate. According to him, in a referendum, we will not be voting for a candidate, we will be voting to make a choice on a given proposition. That proposition will be, I want to be a Yoruba republic separate from Nigeria. Each voter will be able to vote yes or no. That is the Yoruba Nation referendum. But we, the Yoruba people, need to take some steps before we can get to our referendum. The first step is to make a strong statement, loud and clear, that we want a referendum. The best peaceful way to make that statement is to circulate a petition amongst us that we want a referendum. Already, some patriots under the umbrella of NINAS have now started to circulate a petition that we Yoruba, Igbo, Niger Delta, and the Middle Belt want a referendum. Akintoye enjoined millions of Yoruba people to vote in support of the petition and signed for a Yoruba nation to use it as a weapon to get a referendum, adding that the petition will also serve to pressurize the federal government to grant the referendum. Alternatively, we might take our petition to our state governments and demand that they should grant us our referendum. Since our state governments are our own elected governments, we have a much better chance to compel them to do what we want. What we need is to intense pressure persistently applied. We must not take no for answer. Finally, we can take our petition to the United Nations and the demand that they come and arrange our referendum. The United Nations has carried out referendums in many parts of the world. One such referendum made it possible for South Sudan to break away from the Republic of Sudan. Another made it possible for the Timor-Leste to break away from Indonesia, the professor stated. Interestingly, the one that that has some that that is arguable there is the one he stated that this will be taken to the state governors. The state governors are not speaking for the people. That's one thing we should know. They are all playing politics for starters. It was even the southern leaders who came out openly to state that they are against breakup, that the country should be one. So these are the governors they want to return to come and organize a referendum for them. So it's a very very slim line. The possibility is very slim for the state governors because we already know their position. I recall that about a week ago we did report that news here at Peak Media. We reported it was the state Yoruba leaders, Southwest leaders, governors, traditional rulers, monarchs, they all came together with one voice. Southwest politicians as well, that nothing like breakaway were remaining one. That was at that point where the Yoruba warlord Igabani Adams, the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, said he was going on a 7-day curse. He was going to curse those Yoruba leaders consecutively for 7 days for them speaking and kicking against the people. Rather than defending the people, they are working, they are cooperating with President Muhammad Buhari. Well, Banji Akintoye, we know he's been in support of this from time being. He's been supporting Sunday Igboho, the Yoruba activist who started this move. You know, it was in January this all started. It started by Igboho giving an ultimatum to Fulani herdsmen to evacuate the Ngongon community in Oyo State after a series of attacks on farmers. Truly sad. And the surprising part of it all, guys, is that even after those ultimatums given, Fulani herdsmen still carried out attack. Even after southern governors placed a ban, Fulani herdsmen, they've not relented, they've not stopped. And as a result of that, at one point, Sunday Igboho said, enough is enough. Let's just go our separate ways. We know that was when it became louder again. Oduduwa Nation has been on. It didn't just start today, but it became louder again when all of these atrocities did not end. And from then, they faced a lot of oppositions, monarchs kicking against them, saying no, even to the point that southern governors came openly to state their position. They've not relented, that will not stop them. Banji Akintoye is stating right now, you know what we need is that it's a referendum, clear. Let it be that way. Let all the Southwest people, let all Yoruba speak for themselves. It's like an election, but it's not like we're presenting a candidate. We're not presenting a candidate. What we're doing is that we're coming out. Everyone is coming out to vote. And what are you voting for? Yes or no? The yes or no is that I want a Yoruba republic separate from Nigeria. Each voter will be able to say yes or no. And from there, they collate. And if the referendum at the end of the day ends with the yes, getting more of it, then everyone goes their separate way. But Nigerian government, President Muhammadu Buhari's government, will not accept for this because he knows very well that his government has really, really done bad to the country. The country is in a bad shape. People are even clamoring. The people who were not even speaking for breakups before, right now, they are beginning to look at it that this Buhari's government and even the Northerners, they don't have interest of other parts of the country. Let us just go our separate ways. Banji is stating that if the state government fails to agree for a referendum to take place, they will go to the federal government. If federal government fails, then they go to UN. That they've seen it in other countries in the time past. The UN have been able to organize a referendum for different countries, and at the end of the day, it succeeded. The yes carried more, and the countries were separated. He gave the examples of those countries. One of them was the South Sudan, who broke away from the Republic of Sudan. Another one that made it possible was Timor-Leste, who broke away from Indonesia. So he cited a lot, and we know that this guy is very vast. Professor Akintoye is very knowledgeable, has all of this information that President Muhammadu Buhari, they cannot cut corners on this one. Referendum must happen. We're getting there, guys. We know their slogan is that it's happening. No turning back. Oduduwa now. Well, guys, let's hear your take down below. All that Akintoye just stated, he's actually backed this petition. This petition has been on for a referendum to take place. He's actually backed this petition, giving the support that has been ongoing by the Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination in ASA. Guys, let's hear your thought down below in the comment section. Thank you once again for staying tuned. Please don't forget to like, share, and to subscribe till I come your way again with more updates. Bye.